I am Aragorn, son of Arathorn, and am called Elisar, the Elfstone, Dunedain, the heir of Isildur, Elendil, son of Gondor. Here is the sword that was broken and is forged again. Aragorn, son of Arathorn, and Gilrain, also known as Strider and Elisar, was the 16th and last chieftain of the Dunedain of the North. Later crowned King Elisar Telcontar, the 26th King of Arnor, 35th King of Gondor, and first High King of Gondor and Arnor since the short reign of Isildur. He was a great ranger and warrior, and bore, as Isildur's heir, the shards of Narsil, reforged and renamed Anduril, Flame of the West, in the War of the Ring. Aragorn was a descendant of Elros Terminiatur through the line of the Lords of Anjuni to Elendil, High King of Arnor and Gondor. Like all of the kings before him, he was Elrond's kin through the house of Elros. His ancestor, Arvedui, was wedded to Firiel, descended from Anarion, and bore their son Aranrath, making Aragorn the last descendant of both Isildur and Anarion. When he was only 2 years old, his father Arathorn was killed while pursuing orcs. Aragorn was afterwards fostered in Rivendell by Elrond. At the request of his mother, his lineage was kept secret, as she feared he would be killed like his father and grandfather if his true identity as the descendant of Elendil and heir of Isildur became known. Aragorn was renamed Estelle and was not told about his heritage until 2951. Elrond revealed to Estelle his true name and ancestry when he was 20 years old, giving him the Ring of Barahir and the Shards of Narsil. It was also around this time that Aragorn met and fell in love with Arwen, Elrond's daughter, newly returned from her mother's homeland of Lothlorien, where she had been visiting her grandmother, Galadriel. Aragorn thereafter assumed his proper role as 16th chieftain of the Dunedain and left the comforts of Rivendell for the Wild, where he lived with the remainder of his people, the Rangers of the North, whose kingdom had been destroyed through division and the Angmar Wars centuries before. Aragorn met Gandalf the Grey in the year 2956, and they became close friends. Heeding Gandalf's advice, Aragorn and the Rangers began to guard a small land known as the Shire, inhabited by the diminutive and agrarian hobbits, and it became known among the peoples just outside the Shire's borders as Strider. From TA 2957 to TA 2980, Aragorn undertook great journeys, serving in the armies of the King Thengel of Rohan and Stuart Ectelion of Gondor. Many of his tasks helped to raise morale in the West and counter the growing threat of Sauron and his allies. And he earned priceless experience when he would later put to use in the War of the Ring. Later in the year 2980, he visited Lothlorien, and there once again met Arwen. He gave her the heirloom of his house, the Ring of Barahir, and on the hill of Ciaran Amroth, Arwen pledged her hand to him in marriage, renouncing her elvish lineage and accepting the gift of Iluvatar, death. In the year 3009, Gandalf grew suspicious of the origin of the ring belonging to the hobbit Bilbo Baggins, which later turned out to be the One Ring, the key to the Dark Lord Sauron's power. Setting a guard of rangers on the Shire, Aragorn went at Gandalf's request into Rhovanion in search of Gollum, who had once possessed the ring. He caught the creature in the Dead Marshes near Mordor and brought him as a captive to Thranduil's halls in Mirkwood, where Gandalf questioned him. Gollum, however, escaped sometime later with the aid of Sauron's orcs. And I'm afraid that concludes the first part of our series on the life of Aragorn. I thank you so much for watching and hope that you will subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and I will see you all in the very near future with the second part of the life of Aragorn. Take care.